Today I'll show you how to graph a piecewise function. Let's say we have the function f of x equals x squared if x is less than or equal to -1, 3 if x is greater than -1 and less than or equal to 2, and x minus 4 if x is greater than 2. Each of these, let's say, pieces of functions are basic functions, so it's simple to graph them. But when graphing them, we have to limit the graphs to the indicated domains. So the first piece of the function is x squared, which is the basic parabola function. We don't graph the whole parabola function, which would look like this. Because the domain includes only all x, which are less than or equal to -1. So we graph exactly this part from -infinity to -1. Because we have an equal sign here, the -1 is included in the domain, which we show by a closed circle. This part of the parabola goes to -infinity, which we show by an arrowhead here. Let's look at the second piece of this function, which is 3. Recall that this is the constant function 3, which is just a horizontal line crossing the y-axis at 3. Like in the first piece, we don't graph the whole function. We graph only that part which is greater than -1 and less than or equal to 2. We see x is greater than -1, so -1 is not included in the domain, which we show by an open circle. However, the 2 is included, so we use a closed circle to show that. Let's look at the last part of the function, which is x minus 4. X minus 4 is a 45-degree line which intersects the y-axis at -4. So the graph would look like this. But again, like in the previous pieces, we just draw that part of this function which is greater than 2. So the graph looks like this. We put an open circle here to show that 2 is not included. And we put an arrowhead here to show that the graph never ends. Let's do a quick recap. We graph piecewise functions piece by piece. The easiest way to graph the pieces is to think of or sketch the original function and then highlight that part which is in the domain. If the function goes to infinity, we put an arrowhead. If a number is included, we put a closed circle. And if a number is not included, we put an open circle. So don't get scared and overwhelmed when you see a piecewise function. Just do it step by step. What I want to add at the end is the following. Note that the graph does pass the vertical line test even at x equals -1 and x equals 2. Because the points -1, 3 and 2, -2 are not part of the graph of the function. So -1, 1 and 2, 3 are. If you like my videos, like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy learning everyone.